want to tell you that this person is very excited to ask you a question this afternoon. So I did it in a way where it was respectful because my participation meant something to them a lot, but I wasn't actually doing their work because I'm like, you need to do that work yourself, I think, right?
Yeah, that's an extra $50. Thank you very much for the question there.
Thank you, James.
Yeah.
I thought what you asked me to do was weirder, but I do appreciate that. That was really nice.
So, name, accent in question.
Hi, I'm Didi from the Netherlands, so there's my accent. I've been a fan of yours since I was 15, since I started playing Guild Wars 2.
Oh, wow!
Really happy with the new expansion.
I know, there's so many Zoja fans here, and it was so wonderful to return to the game. It really was.
And I was wondering how you see your role moving forward with the game and the new plans for other expansions.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but after, I think it was like 6 years or something, they decided to ask me back. And I play a little Asuran character who's like, kind of like a cute, tiny Yoda, but cuter. It's like a gnome, sort of Dobby-esque, but cuter race in Guild Wars 2. And I was very much a technician and a machinist and things like that, but they brought me back, and I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't been able to play it, but I discover a new side of myself, but I also go through amazing, it's just amazing writing. At a certain point when I was doing the dialogue, I started crying because the quality of the writing is so good in that game, and so it's really wonderful to be back. And if they ever ask me to do anything else, I would love to reprise the role. Hopefully it won't be 8 years, but if it is, I'll be waiting, because honestly, it's always worth it. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Brilliant, thank you for the question as well. Next, name, accent in question.
Yeah, my name is Jeppe. I'm from Denmark.
Ooh, I was just there. I ate so much of your food.
Yeah, I saw your lovely pictures.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So I was wondering, during your career, did you have an idea or a project that you never got to do that you wish you could return to someday?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, I just actually completed a project that I came up with in 2016 or 15. It was called Third Eye, and it was a TV show that I loved so much, and it did not sell. And for years, it still was in the back of my mind that I had to get it made. And when I got the opportunity to pitch it to Audible, and they said, sure, go make this long-form 6-hour comedy, I jumped in and I wrote it over COVID. It's been kind of 4 years in the making, so it's a really long time. But you're right, as an artist, there's some things you just won't let go of you, or you can't let go of. And this one is it. It's about a chosen one who fails and has this girl come into her life and kind of blow it up. It has Neil Gaiman and Will Wheaton and Sean Astin, London Hughes, Weird Al does a cameo, tons of cameos everywhere. You guys, if you like anything if you like my writing, if you listen to the Guild or my books, you'll definitely like this, and you can get it on Audible right now. So that is one project I definitely wouldn't let go of, and I made it happen. And it was very hard to make happen, but I did it. There's another graphic novel that I had written like 4 years ago that I just got out, and I'm going to be working on that next year. And yeah, I'm really excited. I have another graphic novel that's coming out. I'm working on the Guild. So the Guild is something that I love. I own it, and it's my baby, but I haven't done anything with it in several years. And so I'm kind of hopefully explore that next year in like maybe a musical, like for stage. So we'll see. You know, it's definitely on the list, and I have some amazing songs already written by some amazing songwriters. So just, you know, I think right now, I went through a lot with my company, Geek and Sundry. It was wonderful, but I started working behind the scenes more than in front of the scenes. I was making opportunities for other people, and I'm very grateful for that opportunity, making amazing projects and creating really cool shows. But at the end of the day, I didn't have the bandwidth to make my own stuff or be a performer myself anymore, and it made me pretty unhappy. And so I took a couple years off from leaving that company, and now I just really focused on making my own stuff and being a performer and writer. And I'm really super happy about it. So I hope all that stuff comes out soon, but Third Eye you can get right now on Audible. Thank you for that.
Thank you for that. And you saved me a question for the end of the panel, so even better.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Right, next, name, accent and question.
My name is Jason, British, and you should try to go to Mauritius if you get a chance.
Ooh, Mauritius.
Yeah.
So I have a project, and I'm not going to talk about it, but it's a short film that I did, and I got to research Mauritius.
That's where I get my tan from.
Oh, really? Well, that's where the dodo was, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I know way. So I can't tell you what I'm working on, but it is a short film that'll be out next year, and I can't talk about anything more, but there was a subject matter that I discovered, and I just went to the Natural History Museum, and I saw a model of the dodo, and I started crying, because even though I filmed this thing a long time ago, I formed such a deep connection to what happened on those islands. And if you guys don't know it, there are 3 islands there that the traders ran upon in the 17th century, and they proceeded to not only wipe out the dodo, but about 1,000 other species. I think that's one thing that people don't know, that not only the dodo became extinct, but 1,000 other species on those islands became extinct because they essentially landed and then clear-cut the island of all trees. And then, this is real depressing, but I'm going to tell you because I really love this, because the ending is really interesting. So they clear-cut all the trees. All the animals died because they had no habitat, but also pigs and dogs and things. But the traders brought monkeys. And about 150 years later, the people had to evacuate the islands. Do you know why? The monkey bands became so obnoxious and harassed the people so much, they were violent monkeys, and they drove them off the islands. So for 200 years, they didn't have anybody living there. Anyway, that's the story. Did you know that you were going to get that much information about
That's
Mauritius?
cool, that's so cool.
Yeah, anyway.
He still needs to ask his question as well.
Oh, you actually have a question, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
You'll be graded later on all of that, what I told you.
My question is, you are known for a lot of fantasy characters. How do you ground them as an actor? How do you keep it real?
That's a really good question. It's, I think we're all sometimes in unbelievable situations, and it's just about imagining how I would really act. It really is about, what would I do if something, a monster were in front of me? Like, it could happen, a certain kind of monster. Like, so I kind of think about what's the equivalent of a monster that could threaten my life, Someone trying to rob, like, what if I was on the tube and someone tried to rob, like, how would I encounter that? And then developing that feeling into something that's a little more heightened and a little more appropriate for what it is, but it's rooted in reality. And I think that's where really good art comes from. When you're making something, if you're just doing something that's, I think that's the difference between like fan fiction and whatever, fan fiction is a lot of escape from reality. For me, writing Dragon Age 2 was essentially fan fiction for me. But whenever you're doing that, you're using somebody else's world, right? But you're grounding it in your own reality. So for me, that's just as much as art as anything that you write. Because as long as you can connect it to something real in you, it is real to you. It is real with your own interpretation of that world. And that's why I'm always, if anybody read my book, Embrace Your Weird, if you want to write or create, maybe it's easier for you to do that in somebody else's world. And I get really angry when people kind of denigrate it or think, oh, this is lesser. It's not, because this is somebody's real experience being projected into a world, just like you would write something that takes place in this world that we all live in. So anyway, that's, again, too much information. You're welcome.
And thank you for the question there. I think we've got time to make these very quick. I think we've got time for 2 more.
I'm going to try to answer faster, and I will not give you another lecture on island ecology, okay?
Liar.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Jonathan. I'm from Norway. And my question is, if you can choose one superpower, what would you choose?
Oh, that's very easy for me. It's, it should be like I could heal people with a touch or something actually heroic, but I just want to know all languages because I hate it when someone is next to me speaking another language and I feel like they're talking about me. And I can't understand what they're saying. It makes me really uncomfortable. So, yeah, that would be